Hey everybody, Jim Edwards here, and welcome to the Sales Copywriting and Content Marketing Hacks Podcast, episode 134. I'm your host, Jim Edwards, along with my trusty co-host and podcast producer, Mr. Stu Smith. Welcome, Stu.
Hello, Jim.
And today, Stu, we are talking about what?
Well, we are going to talk about what your next to-do is. What is on your to-do list? What is on your to-do list and how to go about accomplishing it before that goal timeline that you have set for yourself. So
Give us an example.
Can you complete something before New Year? Can you complete it before Black Friday or Cyber Monday? Right? Can you set a goal for a new product or service launch and make it happen within a certain period of time? A new book, new program, new service, new ScriptCaster Wizard App, perhaps. You know, what is your to-do list? We kind of prepped everybody with the topic for the Jim and Stu show of just getting stuff done. And now let's figure out the way to get it done. There you go. Okay. So my example is this.
Okay.
I have a normal set routine. Okay. And I think we all tend to be creatures of habit. Mm-hmm. And fitting in something that is new within that system mm-hmm. can be difficult mm-hmm. sometimes because you just mm-hmm. basically have to make time for it, and something else gets mm-hmm. dropped a little bit when you're really focusing on something new. Uh-huh. So what I tend to do is this. I tend to keep my morning focused on my normal job creativity. Mm-hmm. So I mm-hmm. get my articles done. I get my workout done, get my articles done, get this podcast done, right? And when all that's over, I then make an immediate transition, maybe take a little break, have lunch, or go do a quick workout, run, swim, or something. Just get some fresh air, and I come mm-hmm. back refreshed mm-hmm. and into something new. My afternoon is something new, where typically my afternoon is kind of an administrative side of my day, where mm-hmm. I focus on the kind of the back end of the store. Mm-hmm. But when I'm working on something new, mm-hmm. I bump that to the right a little bit and focus solely on that new project, where I'm still kind of in my morning creativity mode, but not quite out of it yet.
Yep.
And then later in the day, whenever, I have to deal with stuff, maybe even after dinner, I might stay up a little later and handle all the back end stuff of the business. So my days get longer. When you're trying to put something new on the to-do list, you have to expect that day to maybe get a little longer. But when you're rolling, it's fun. I mean, that's the fun part about it. Like what you're doing right now with the Maxwell group. You know, you are busting your butt with your schedule, but that's the fun part of this.
It's the artist part of you wants to come out. I was interesting because I was at a training, Funnel Hacking Live. Tony Robbins spoke. He said there are basically three individuals you need in your organization. You need the artist creator, you need the entrepreneur, aggressive salesperson, and you need the manager. And when we're solopreneurs, we switch those hats on and off. And sometimes for a lot of us, we love to wear the artist hat more than we want to. We get off on making stuff when we should be getting off on selling stuff. And so you got to find that balance. You and I've talked about that a lot.
Absolutely.
And you've even said, okay, I'm not going to write any books this year. I'm just going to concentrate on selling what I've got.
Yeah, and that's a good year.
Right. Well, I was just going to say, and that was one of your best years ever.
Yeah.
So interestingly enough, you expand when you've got something that you're really hitting on, you expand your day. I'm going to say forward. I expand my day backwards, meaning I would rather get up earlier than stay up later because of my creative stuff. So I'm going to actually show you guys because I'm in the middle of this, and I noticed, last week, and I've shown you guys my daily planner sheet thing. that I use, this is what I use to plan my day, but sometimes this isn't enough because I don't know if you use Google Calendar or not. A lot of people do. I use it to kind of plan my days and my calendar and keep track of appointments and everything. And what was happening is all these important appointments were happening, or urgent appointments were happening, and I was working more than ever during the day, but I wasn't getting anything done towards these big goals. But and it's like you say, and I know this, have known this too, but you say it eloquently: if it's not on the schedule, it doesn't exist. Yeah. And so what I have to do is literally start scheduling the stuff that I need to do. It's not because it's not going to get done. So have to go schedule, make videos, schedule, and it's an appointment, just like an appointment for yourself. And but if you don't know what you're going to be doing, like when I was a mortgage loan officer, I used to, if you want to have a full schedule, you got to have a full schedule. And I hated looking at my appointment book. This is back when you actually had an appointment book with paper. Oh, yeah. And I would schedule making calls. If I didn't have an appointment, I made an appointment in my book to go call on realtors. And that developed the habit of going and calling on realtors. Because if I wasn't doing a loan app or doing a pre-qual, or following up on existing deals, I needed to be out looking for new business. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to actually share with you, show you guys my screen this week from my schedule. This is my actual calendar. This is my calendar for the week. And you notice at 5 o'clock, from 5 to 7 is the most important creative task of the day. This is where I'm writing sales copy. I wrote a whole sales letter this morning.
Nice.
But when I'm doing something new, guess what this does? That goes back to 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll get up at 4 and work from 4 to 7. But I know that past 5, oh, and look at this. I noticed that everybody was like, hey, can you do an interview? Hey, can you do this? Like from the event. And I'm grateful for that. But stuff was starting to fill up. And I'm like, dude, I got to get some stuff done. So I went ahead and preempted anything. And there's my appointment. Get my stuff done.
Yeah.
And, I know what I need to get done. I've got my big old whiteboard over here with the stuff that I got to get done. But I mean, that's the only way to get it done. And when you start, like we got our Monday team meeting, then we have our daily catch-up meeting and stuff. So that's gone. Then I got the Jim and Stu show. I got the Dean and Jim show. I got Beat That Headline. I got, stuff with all these little half hours and hours start adding up. And if you don't claim the time to work on the stuff, pretty much you're just going to be doing nothing but stuff that don't make you no money, as they say down at the West Virginia Language Academy. So you've got to schedule it in there. But it's interesting. I agree with you 100% about when you're doing something big, if you can't take something off, which I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. I mean, there was other stuff I was doing. I had to make a choice. We ain't doing this anymore. But even then, if you can't take off, you're going to have to lengthen it out. You can't do it forever though. No. It can't become the new norm because your wife will freak the hell out.
Yeah, it'll burn you out too.
Yeah, and you'll burn out. Like right now, I'm struggling with getting all of my workouts in. I mean, getting all parts of my workout in. It's like I'm getting my workout in, but it's like, man, I'm just running out of time. And I hate that. So I got to work on it. But for me, you extend yours after dinner. Me, I got to extend mine in the morning because after 5, dude, I'm not worth a damn. I mean, I'm really not. But
I've tried a few times, like before my 6 a.m. workout, like wake up at 5, maybe even before 5, and actually get some, stuff done in the office. And it's not bad. I mean, I can do it, if I really needed to do it.
Right.
Especially if I'm, kind of half asleep anyway, because I'm thinking about all the stuff I have to do. Right. And I can't sleep anyway. I'm like, might as well get up and go do it. And that's when I turn that 4:30 into that 4:30, 5 o'clock into that extra to-do list time. Well,
it's understanding your biorhythms too. That's like the that Dan Pink book, When, which I really enjoyed. Yeah. It's understanding when. See, I'm my most creative first thing in the morning. And then my brain gets going 100 miles an hour, and then I get tired, and that's when I want to go work out. It's almost, I want to go work out to forget about and reset my brain. And then I have breakfast and do my thing, and I come back in for like the second shift. So I can't do it all the time, but I do it pretty consistently. So. Anyway, yeah. I don't know if that answered your question, but
no, it does. I just wanted to try to share like a methodology to doing stuff. You know, when you have a to-do list and you have a goal, you know, with a timeline set to it, you know, we all tend to set up these, I don't want to call them arbitrary timelines in business, because they usually mean something, right? The timeline, you want this done before the new year. You want this done before Black Friday. Right. You know, I was reading that some businesses are starting to do, instead of waiting to Black Friday, they're starting these October like deal days, I think they called them. Yeah, deal days.
Amazon's doing it.
Yeah, deal days. You know, so it's, you know, there's a reason why, you know, you try to set yourself up on this really kind of, if you think about it, a short-term timeline that you can up the energy levels a little bit temporarily to get the job done, have it done by that time, and then from then you just, now your schedule opens up again and you focus on marketing, you know, that project and service.
I think a lot of what happens though is people focus on, there's two things. There's time leaks in the day, and then people are focused on trying to get everything done all at once. So for example, after this, I've got 30 minutes. Okay. During that 30 minutes, I could jerk around and be like, well, I don't have enough time to get this sales letter written. But during that 30 minutes, I do have enough time. If I break down the whole task of, I need new sales letter for new one-time offer for my ebook. If I break that down into headlines, video, sales letter, script, opening story, bullets, offer stack. If I have like 5 or 6 things, I write those 5 or 6 things. And now instead of trying to get that one big thing done, that's going to take like 5 hours in a row, 10 hours, I have something, okay, this is going to take me about 30 minutes. I can do this now. I can do this a little later on. And then by the end of the day, you've plugged those time leaks of 15, 30-minute things in between stuff that you make them work for you. But you've got to plan for it. You've got to break it down. I wrote it. One of the most popular articles I've ever written was years ago was hidden profits in spare change time.
Ooh, love it.
And I listed off all the things you could do in 10 or 15-minute increments. You know, little 10-minute things, man. You can make 2 quick phone calls in 10 minutes. You can set that appointment. You can follow up on that thing. You can check the status of something. You can, you know, go work on 2 things in a script. You can, if you break it down instead of looking at it as the whole. I mean, if I'd have known that back in the day, like in college and stuff, you know, when all of us did our term papers the night before, I would have just broken it down. Okay, 3 hours of drinking every night. It's like you talk about, don't show up to PT. I remember puking my guts out running next to the Golden Horseshoe in Williamsburg, the golf course. We'd been out drinking. My buddy Cranston and I were drinking, and then I had to show up for PT. And I mean, I just blew everywhere. And the master sergeant looked at me, and all he said was, "Feel better?" I said, "Yes, Master Sergeant." I just kept on going. And the
80s were different, weren't they?
They were.
The 80s were different. Different.
It was different time. But the point though is that if I'd have broken it down, like, okay, let me spend a day, just one day, and plan out the whole semester of, okay, I got these 3 papers, so I need to have the outline done for this paper by this. I need to have, you know, just if I'd have used a couple hours a day, like, you know, read 20 pages, then go drink, you know, read 30 pages, then go drink, you know what I mean? Whatever, because that's all it was, living in the fraternity house.
Had to be in the schedule.
I probably could have graduated with better than a 2.3. But then I might have actually gotten a job and then we wouldn't be here. So it all worked out for the best, but hindsight's foresight. But you can do that now. It's like, hey, I know I got to have, I want to have this offer ready for Black Friday, which means I got to have a sales letter. I got to have a video sales letter. I got to have the shopping cart set up. I got to have these graphics done. I mean, you just make the freaking list. And that's like, okay, so I got to have this done on this date, this done on this date, this done on this date. Then what I do, what I have learned is however long I think it's going to take, multiply it by 2.4. So if I think it's going to take an hour, it's actually going to take 2.5 hours. If I think it's going to take a day, it's going to take 2.5 days because of all the other crap that pops up. If I think it's going to take a week, it's going to take 2.4 weeks. Call it 2.5. All right. And when I do that, Susan will attest to this, that everything works great. We get stuff done. But as soon as I start leaving, okay, you know, like I have this 2-hour block on a Friday and I'm like, okay, write sales letter. That shit's not going to happen. It's not. Who are you kidding? And you're doing it on a Friday too, a Friday afternoon. Oh yeah, sure. You bet. It's really going to get written and done then. No, it's not. And so that's,
yeah, I tell you what,
your
Jim,
question?
No, that does really well. And in fact, the spare change time really hits home because, you know, I've done both.
Right.
You know, I've said, well, I have 30 minutes. I got to go do this. You know, I got 30 minutes before I have to leave. Screw it. You know, I'm just going to go early. Yeah, right. And just like not going to do it. Or I race, I compete with myself. I'm like, how much of this can I get done in 30 minutes?
Right.
Right. And it's like that whole compete or survive mode, right? That we tend to go into. You know, if you can try to stay in that compete mode.
Does this sound mean anything to you, Stu? Did you hear that?
Was it the beep beep?
It's the
yeah, the start.
That beep is the signal to get your ass in gear.
Yes.
It's like that's I will use the, like, even doing the chickens, you know, cleaning out the chicken coop. I can clean out the entire chicken coop in 35 minutes because I'm timing myself and I turned it into a competition.
Absolutely.
Okay, how long is it going to take me to change the chicken's water? How fast can I do this? How can I get this article written well? How fast can I, you know, get this video thing done or get this other thing? Or I think it's called the Pomodoro method. You know, just know that I'm going to focus for 22 minutes without stopping. And you build that muscle of getting stuff done. But just what you said, building that competitive drive within yourself to say, okay, I know I can't get it finished, but how far can I get?
Yep.
And, you know, I'll do that with the workout. It's, you know, you're working your way through the workout and everything. And then Steve's like, okay, cool down with the 1 to 10 pyramid, push pull pyramid. I was like, dude, I got 7 minutes left. And it's like, well, you could do, I can hear your voice. That's plenty of time to do that.
Come on.
I don't even making you run in between. You know, it's like, but that's that competitiveness and the stopwatch is a great way to do that.
Stopwatch is a great tool, and it gives you an idea of just how much you can get done in a certain period of time.
Right.
Like I know I can mow my front yard in about 20 minutes. Right. I can bag 5 bags of leaves in about 7 minutes. Right. If I have the pile already pre-made. So I'll go make the piles in about 5 minutes, and then I'll take a break, come back, bag the pile up in about 7 minutes. You know, so you get these times of things that you know you can do in a certain amount of time, and then you try to beat that time. Right. It just gives you the newfound energy to get stuff done.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can blow all my leaves over into my neighbor's yard in 2 minutes. So, I mean, that's just saying.
Yeah. But you can apply, like I said, I'm just applying it to everything, but I apply it to writing articles. I apply it, like this morning, I had 10 minutes before the Jim and Stu show. I posted a video critique on TikTok and posted it also on Instagram. So I was able to do that in like 2.5 minutes. Boom. Right. It was just one of those things that was a time leak while I was waiting for you to send me the link to start. I was getting stuff done. So,
yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I'm going to address probably something that's going through some people's minds. Nobody here live, of course, But you might be sitting there going, you guys
are really that competitive? I mean, what about quality? What about just... Do you guys really do that?
And my answer to that is, yeah, because what's the alternative? Sitting around, jerking around? I mean, it's like, if you want to get something done, you want to get it done, you want to get it done and get it done right. You want to get it done while we're young enough to get the benefit from it. Not there's no prize given for the person who takes the longest, and done well and relatively quickly sure beats perfect that took forever. So, am I saying that you rush everything? No, but what I'm saying is jerking around for just the sake of jerking around is costing you a lot more time than it's making you money.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we fall into this all the time. The week goes by. I mean, dude, it's Wednesday already.
I know.
And it's like, crap, where'd the week go? And as you get older, where the hell did the year go? I mean, we're still bitching about COVID-19, which implies 2019, and it's 2021's almost over. I mean, I'm serious. 2020 sucked. Well, hey, Chuckles, 2021's almost over. What the heck?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just picking up speed. So you got to manage it. This is the one life you get. This is it. This is it. And we all get the same 24 hours a day. That's the one thing rich people don't have over poor people, is more hours in the day. We all got the exact same resource. We're all breathing the same air. You might have been born with or without some opportunities, but at some point you take over the reins of your own horse of life, and it's up to you to learn how to ride it, care for it, feed it, and do all the things you need to do. Turn it into a thoroughbred or old nag pulling a plow on a barren patch of ground somewhere. It's up to you.
Ouch.
Whew. Wow.
That was inspirational as hell.
Your own horse of life.
That's right.
Like that. That's good. That's good.
I had somebody ask me, do you like have a list of that stuff? No, I make that crap up on the fly. That's just what you get. What else we got, Stu? Anything?
I think that's it for today, but I want to challenge the group who's still listening to us to come back and let's talk about some of the different ways you're going to market Black Friday and Cyber Monday this year. What are you going to do? Is it going to be all social media? It's going to do newsletters. What is it? How are you going to make it work for you this year? I think we may talk about
doing. Let's talk about this a little bit differently, though, dude. Everybody and their freaking silly brother is doing something on Black Friday. So do you? It's that rub of, should you do something on Black Friday or should you do something before Black Friday? Should you do something? I mean, people are sitting around on Black Friday with their credit card out, but but if you're not going to do something on Black Friday, then you need to do something.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, I'm not doing that because everyone else is doing it. Okay, well then you can sit at home and slap yourself. I don't care. But my point is that if you're not going to do that, then do something. Yeah. But are you going to do something on Black Friday, Stu?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to have a series of pop-up ads on my website on Black Friday. I'm not going to do anything on Black Friday, but pretty much the week of Black Friday, I'm going to hit it hard. So instead of like waiting for Friday, it's going to be on Monday.
Okay.
Right.
But are you gonna only put it on your website, or are you gonna mail your list?
I'll let everybody know. Yeah.
Are you going to tell them what the deal is, or are you just going to tell them go over to the site to check out the deal?
Email list. I haven't quite figured out. That's why I was trying to hash this out with everybody.
That's why I'm asking you.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out, how I'm going to do it. But I think I'm going to have put it this way. I'm going to have a different strategy for Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Okay.
And it may begin a week prior to both.
Okay.
So it might be 1 week from Black Friday sale, right? 1 week from Cyber Monday sale. Yeah, we're a week ahead of schedule.
Right. My question though is, if you said you're going to have pop-up deals, like a different deal on your website every day.
Yes.
But my question is, are you going to tell people in the email what the deal is, or are you just going to say there's a deal on my website, go over there to see it? That was my question, because I'm like, if you tell them in the email and then they're not interested, then they won't go to your website. But if you don't tell them, it might be a bunch of, it's kind of like, you know, the Amazon deals where you show up and you're not sure what you're going to get, but you know, those people have too much time on their hands, mainly my wife. But anyway,
yeah, I don't
digress.
know. I was trying to figure out how to do it, and I may wind up setting all the pop-ups on a timer that lasts for like 20 seconds, and then you get a new one. You get a new one in 20 seconds, get a new one in 30 seconds. So the longer you're on the site, you'll see more deals.
Okay.
Don't know yet. I'm trying to figure that out. So anyway, what I wanted to do for the group was to say next Jim and Stu show that we open up before we do the podcast, we're going to talk about some strategies. For the next big sale
holiday season.
Holiday season. Yeah.
My thought, I mean, do you want to know my little brainstorm right now, or should I save it?
Let's hear it.
Okay.
No, let's say it.
So
we'll share it again next week too.
My thought would be to do a combination, like to have a deal of the day, like have a deal of the day every day for that week leading up to it. And then some days you tell them what the deal of the day is in the email or the social media. It's like, man, it's a crazy deal. If you ever wanted this, or this, crazy deal today. Others would be mystery deal, and it's only available until this time. And so you have stuff that expires, you know, before the end of the day. It's not good for the whole day. So like mix it up so it doesn't get repetitive, and start thinking up cool stuff like a different thing either day. So today's deal of the day is this, the doorbuster. Okay, the doorbuster would be the first one. This is just a crazy, holy crap, never thought, you know, oh my Jesus, let me get this before he changes his mind. Another one I would do would be a limited quantity deal. So it's like, I've only got 50 of these, and as soon as you do it, that they're gone. The next day could be, this is the mystery deal. You got to go over to the website to check this out. But I tell you what, when you see this, it's going to blow your freaking mind. So it's the doorbuster, it's the limited time, it's the limited quantity, it's the mystery deal, and then I would have another one that was a limited time, like some weird time. You know, at 5:53 p.m. today, Eastern time, this deal's gone, and you'll never see it again ever as long as we live. So that's 4 days. And then I would have, like, the 5th day, I would have some kind of a Lollapalooza bundle offer. So it would be like a high ticket thing where it's like, oh my, you know, it's like, oh my God, this is, you know, better grab this before Stu changes his mind. So those things, I mean, that would keep you busy all week.
I think it's going to be fun. Like I said, and it gives you something different to do compared to your competitors out there that are going to do a Cyber Monday and a Black Friday sale.
Right.
It's just something. It's almost like Cyber Week, right? You're just doing something all week.
We need to think, one thing we should talk about and discuss next time, and everybody bring your A game on this, because I think this is going to be pretty cool. How can we make it fun and engaging? So what would be things that we could do to make it fun and engaging? Funny videos, costumes.
Mr. Pickles. Hey, baby, we're selling cases of my juice at half price.
You know, but how can you make it fun? How can you make it engaging? How could we separate ourselves from everybody else who's doing the exact freaking thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, this could be pretty epic, actually.
Yeah.
Hell, we could turn this into a course.
Yeah, do something with testimonial.
Like yeah. Testimonial day. That's day 6. Yeah. It's testimonial day. Hey, and you know, one thing I'm going to give you credit for this, and then we got to wrap this up. But on my Wednesday newsletter, we've started including a testimonial every Wednesday in the newsletter. we include a testimonial, and guess what I'm getting more and more of? Testimonials.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, same
people are sending in unsolicited testimonials because they're seeing testimonials.
Yep.
And it's pretty cool.
What's even cooler is when you see it on a social media post,
right?
And then people start commenting their testimonials in the post.
Yeah.
As the comments. So that's another way to
absolutely
keep
Vicky
it rolling.
had a good idea. Games and costumes. Oh, hello Halloween. That's a great. That's a good thought too. Halloween's coming up before Cyber Thing. We should talk about Halloween too next week.
There you go.
All right, cool. Well, we got to go, but hope y'all enjoyed the podcast. I hope you enjoyed the Jim and Stu show. We always enjoy having you with us. We enjoy being had, and we appreciate you sharing your time with us. All I ask is that you give us a little like or a hate or a angry
heart hug.
Yeah, one of the weird heart hug things. No, don't do that. So anyway, we appreciate y'all, and we'll see you next time on the Jim and Stu Show. Bye-bye, everybody.